Greetings. I hope you guys are doing well. I am here to talk to you guys about conspiracy theories, and I think this is important to talk about right now. People are saying that the coronavirus is a conspiracy theory. It was made in a lab in China, and conspiracy theories have been a big part of our culture, especially recently with 9/11. With 9/11, with chemtrails to flat Earth to all kinds of things. And I believe that conspiracy theories start to arise when people lack trust in the government. And I think for the past, for a while now, for the past 3 or 4 decades, we've lost a lot of trust in the government. You've really seen a rise of conspiracy theories. And the essay we have today is very fascinating. It actually it's a cruise. It's a conspiracy theory cruise. And it's from Popular Mechanics. It's a very well-written essay. And I like this a lot. And so this woman, she goes on a cruise. And she's a writer for Popular Mechanics. And she goes on this cruise, and it's $3,000. This cruise ship to go on this cruise is $3,000. And she has a lot of good metaphors. I really like her as a writer. One thing she does, and I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so maybe I can relate to this. Maybe you guys won't be able to relate to this, but on this very first page, she has a great metaphor. And she talks about Philly fans, the baseball team. And she said, there are Philly fans who like the team and like baseball, and then there are the Philly fans who are crazy and violent and obnoxious. And she's saying that, not to say conspiracy theories are violent, but she's saying that there's a dividing line between conspiracy theory and real conspiracy theorists. So she's saying you might have a belief in chemtrails, you might have a suspicion that 9/11 was an inside job, or you might believe that Tupac is alive, or Kobe Bryant is the one who's alive right now. You might have this idea, but you're not fully there. And then there's the people who are living by this and dying by this. So she goes on this cruise. It's $3,000. And also on the very first page, some things I would say are pure conspiracy theories. But one would be vaccines, and this one talks a lot about it. Actually, it has a doctor who came up with the vaccine. The vaccine causes autism. He's on this cruise, actually. And actually, that's a good paper topic. But there's some dividing lines here, like GMOs Roundup causing disease in millions. I don't know if GMOs are really conspiracy theory. There's a lot of science and evidence to back that killing people or causing disease. Now that's debatable, but that's where the conspiracy theory starts to walk a fine line between being interested in the idea and going all in. What she soon discovers on this cruise is that these people are con artists. They're doing a lot of crazy things. They're charging people a lot of money, and they're making a lot of profit. On one page, they're selling water, and it's just normal water. I'm reading page 90 per se. It says, on Tuesday morning, we sat down in front row of a presentation we had not been barred from, Len Horowitz's lecture on 528 hertz. While Len fussed with the projector, Sherry set out a box of nutritional supplements and crystal pyramids for sale. Their flagship product, OxySilver, retailed for $50. It contained one listed ingredient, purified water, though its nutritional table also included 5 micrograms of colloidal silver. So basically, you're charging people $50 for bottled water. So they're making a lot of profit off people. And there's a couple things I really like at the end of this essay. I like how this essay is encompassed in fear, paranoia, things like that. But there's a couple metaphors that I love, and one of which is on page 93. It's right in the center column. And it's the end of the cruise, and she says, I also witnessed something called the Baked Alaska Parade. It was the final night of the cruise. I was eating dinner with Dinah in the Da Vinci dining room, taking long pulls on overpriced beer. The lights dimmed, the waitstaff holding LED-lit trays of meringue cakes over their heads, formed a conga line and began snaking around tables to the song of Hot, Hot, Hot. Someone with the microphone shouted, "Ladies and gentlemen, get those napkins up." And they did. Everybody in the dining room except Dinah and I twirled their napkins in the air singing "Ole, ole, ole." It's kind of silly, but I think the point was to make people feel feel they were part of something bigger. I really like that metaphor, and I like how she concludes this. The point was to make people feel they were a part of something bigger. And if you really look at conspiracy theory, I really think that's the heart of it. So you might be a normal, average person. You might be working a 9 to 5, nothing special about you, and now you've seen a ghost. Now you've seen an alien. Now you have this idea. You've seen Elvis, and you know where he is. And now you're part of something bigger. You've gotten power. You've gotten attention in your life. And I think that has a lot to do with conspiracy theory. And this may sound strange, and we're going to see this in a lot of things that we're going to watch and read. But at the heart of a lot of fake news, you'll find two things. One is power. The other is money. So these people are getting power. They're getting attention. That doctor who was a nobody doctor is now famous worldwide for vaccines. He has a lot of attention. I'm going to show a video on aliens. I think I'm going to post it tomorrow about how these people believe in aliens and they're living a normal life, and now they're seeing aliens and now they're special. They're bigger. And money comes into it as well. At the end of this cruise, these people, it's so fascinating. This cruise ends and these people are arrested as they're getting off the boat. One person was charged on 56 counts of frauds, including filing false tax return that sought a refund of $2 million. If convicted, the two face more than 600 years in prison. A couple months later, Winston Shrout was indicted for allegedly printing more than $1 trillion in fake financial documents. And what you're going to see when you really get into conspiracy theory are people are making money off this. They're making money. And also, I'm going to show a video next week where Vice News interviews fake news people. And these people, during 2016 election, writing fake news stories, they were getting like $10,000 a month. Some were lawyers. One of the most famous fake news writers in our country, Michael Cernovich, he went from being a lawyer to just writing fake news articles, and he was making $10,000 a month. So I think at the heart of a lot of fake news, you see a lot of power, people trying to seek power, and you also see a lot of people making profit. And I think that fake news or conspiracy theory especially conspiracy theory, it gives people power because you can't refute them. You could have all the science. You could be Neil deGrasse Tyson, and yes, he has debated flat earth people. You could have all the logic, all the degrees, all the science, all the photos, and they're using science that's not even real. So whatever you say, it's not even worth it, because you can never refute what they're trying to say, which gives them absolute power, which is so fascinating. But that's something to look at in this essay, and also something to look at, something to think about. Whenever you're debunking a fake news article, conspiracy theories are great. So if you could find an article that discusses a conspiracy theory, if you find an article written by a flat earther trying to prove that the earth is flat, or you find an article written by somebody who believes in chemtrails, and I should clarify, chemtrails are the airplane trails that you see in the sky. Some people think those are poison and they're falling into, the government's trying to poison us. So if you find articles like this, these could work really, really well for your paper. All right, thank you.